In 2001, A Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick strategically uses silence to create immense feelings of helplessness and loneliness amongst audience members. We see this displayed in Frank's death scene when Hal malfunctions and cuts Frank's oxygen line, leaving him plummeting into the abyss of space. The scene also demonstrates the often contrasting sound elements found in this film. When silence is juxtaposed with sound, the product can leave one feeling unnerved and anxious, especially while being accompanied by Hal's seemingly evil gaze and Frank's foreshadowed demise. Two of the assumptions sound design is based on, according to Looking at Movies, is that, quote, image and sound can create two different worlds, and a film's sound is potentially as expressive as its images, end quote. Both of these concepts can be easily seen and heard in 2001 with the scene of Frank's death. In anticipation of something ominous to come, the viewer can't help but to match their breathing to Frank's. It gives one the sensation that they, too, cannot catch their breath. Coinciding with the breathing is a high-pitched hissing noise, with the pitch getting higher as the scene continues, creating a tremendously anxious experience that seems to be endless. As the pod controlled by Hal begins to move closer to Frank, the breathing and hissing cease. The audience is then bombarded with a choppy and abrupt close-up of Hal's lens, confirming the origin of doom that ensues. The silence paired with Hal starkly contrasts Frank's breathing, inciting a turn of events. Frank's breathing was actually Kubrick with a helmet on, breathing into a microphone, a sound effect added in post-production. Interestingly enough, Monahan and Barson write that up until the 1970s, sound was not thought of until post-production. Because Kubrick used classical music opposed to an original score, he tailored many of the scenes based on the length of the music. A similar film that used sound design as one of the most important elements was Alfonso Cuarón's space film Gravity, which uses similar elements of sound to those that Kubrick implemented in A Space Odyssey. Kubrick set the bar with the use of sound in a space setting, providing a foundation for those to come after. Sound editor for Gravity, Glenn Fremantle, said the sound design was, quote, pretty intricate and very detailed and very time-consuming, but it pays dividends, end quote. One could say the same for 2001: A Space Odyssey, because it is most famously remembered for its sound design and the meticulousness Kubrick used to create it.